have to go ahead and prove that you can handle your own feelings. There's many reasons due to their own emotions, but they're just not gonna do it. They don't care about you. So for a lot of women, they'll never get to a point where you matter enough for her to say that, okay, well, my boyfriend is going through it, or he's really hurting. And then so for some other women, it's gonna be like, well, you should have looked out for me. BBossArmy and welcome BBossArmy. So fellas, today I will be talking about why don't care about your feelings, your mental health. First off, can't handle their own feelings. It doesn't backfire enough for a lot of women to feel like, okay, well, I should consider this man's feelings. He's hurt right now. At the end of the day, well, I'm actually hurt that this is that. Well, I'm hurt that this is happening like this. So there's excuses after excuses that doesn't make sense, but they're looking out for their own when they can't even control their own. Their feelings are lost. So a lot of times fellas expect getting into a woman's life that she would have it together with her feelings, and she'll have it together in a sense of, okay, well, she should know if she's mad right now. She should know how to react. But here's the thing, women, especially being emotional beings by nature, it's 10 times harder, I would say. So for a lot of women, they'll never get to a point where you matter enough for her to say that, okay, well, my boyfriend is going through it, or he's really hurting. And then so for some other women, it's gonna be like, well, you should have looked out for me. And then last thing, it could also be like, okay, well, my feelings are hurt, I don't know how to deal with my own. And sometimes it gets to that point for some women, well, she can't even deal with her own. And then it could be like, well, I can't even deal and handle my own. So if you guys are dependent on women to care about your feelings, first off the bat, they're not. There's many reasons due to their own emotions, but they're just not gonna do it. They don't care about you. So if you keep trying to, and let me say it in a nice way, pretending like she has to, or pretending like, oh, there is a hope in there, or she should, or she can, doesn't matter. For that woman, she doesn't feel that way, and there's no changing it. In order to change it, you have to be doing the things that she's expecting you to. If you expect a woman to come into your life and have her emotions, and this is the next part which will make you guys understand this very well. If you expect her to come into your life and have emotions that's gonna be enough to have her in place or understand her own feelings, I'm telling you guys now, it's most times not gonna happen with women. Like I've been saying, women don't know what they want. But if you expect her to understand that, okay, well, I'm really upset and I should not be upset, it's not gonna happen. So your best bet nowadays, in order to get a woman to care about you, first off the bat, you have to get her locked in. Getting her locked in is very important, because that's the only way she will actually start caring, right? That's the only way where, and never be vulnerable around these women because they don't really care, but that's the only way where a lot of alpha guys, or guys that like really been so, let's say like this, a lonely wolf. If you're a lonely wolf, been on your own, doing your own thing, like to do your own thing, type of things like that, she's gonna feel the most from that man. But when he's vulnerable, she looks differently at him, because he's only being weaker. And it's only being weaker because he's forcing himself to be weaker, to open up and be vulnerable. So she cherishes it way more. When you actually value the things that matter, and that's her getting to know you first and only enforcing that, then it will be important. So my fellas, getting their feelings involved while getting to know her, while being there for her. That's also some of the things that you guys like to do. Or while being actually, let's say it like this, being a listener, while actually just trying to get somewhere with her. Maybe you start off as just friends. It's got to friends with benefits, potentially. Or it could have been all the way back to friend zone. But either way, what's happening with a lot of women is that they have way more control of the situation, and it's allowing them to control the feelings and your emotions. I could talk about how women, and I will continue to in a second, about how they don't care. But ultimately, my fellas, the bigger issue is that you have to take yourself out of that situation. You guys should know what women like, money and status. Okay, I have to bring it up. So unless those things are already gone, then your feelings are not relevant. She doesn't consider it. So fellas, I want to say this. If you're going to deal with women and you want your feelings to matter first, you have to go ahead and prove that you can handle your own feelings. In order to handle your own feelings, you can't let this woman get ever to the best of you and making you feel like you're not that man that you are. I need you guys to get that a lot of times when they don't care about your feelings, it's not really because of you. You could have maybe done things such as not be there, not taking her back, yes, but she doesn't care about your feelings because she doesn't see the value in you. So you can take it however you would like. You could say that, okay, well, I understand that because I don't see the value in myself. But my fellas, if you're saying that, that means that you don't feel that confident. You don't feel like that man that should be getting this woman. And so that's on you now to do the things that you have to do. Y'all, her feelings are really the only thing that really matters, especially when she can't even handle her own. Okay, so I want to say lastly, because I want to wrap up to move on quickly, and it's not nothing I have to say that's different. I do have some things to touch up at the end, but I do just want to say this to my fellas watching right now. Please, your feelings, you have to put it first. If you care way too much about what she feels and how she reacts, if she's there, it's not gonna matter, because this woman is expecting you to do all those things just for her, and she never views that as in, okay, well, I have to do it, or for a quick second my man will be going through this. If she's battling her own emotions, especially a woman that hasn't known how to deal with some of it at least, then it's gonna be harder for you guys. So ultimately, my fellas, what are you guys doing to basically not only improve yourself and not only to push her away, but what are you doing to get this woman to understand that, okay, well, I have feelings too. So I'm saying that it's not a role that you have to play, but if a woman comes into your life and she tells you off the bat that, hey, well, I just went through this breakup. You know, the last guy I was with, he broke my heart. He made me feel like I wasn't that type of girl that I am. Or she might not even say this. This is what you'll probably really hear. Guys ain't I can't stand men. Oh, that guy, my ex, he's lucky he even got me. I'm the best that he could ever have. Do you see me? Yeah. But whatever, he cheated on me, and that's why he regrets losing me. And those are, and no offense, those are also the same girls that those exes will maybe come back. Not even talking about that part, right? Whether he comes back, whether you can get him back like that, it doesn't even matter. But those are the exes that have those alpha guys, or you can say like this, not to offend any alpha guys that doesn't agree on cheating, and not to say you have to be cheating, you shouldn't be cheating, right? But the alpha guys that cheat, don't give a damn about women, completely are like, I'm not invested into women, but I'll deal with them, mess around with them. Those type of guys, absolutely, that's where it applies the most too. They do only care once you don't care. It might sound complicated, and that's why I wrote it down, because I know I have to elaborate this. But for my fellas, and hey, maybe a woman's watching to the end, but I'll elaborate just so you guys can get a good idea. And also to stay on this topic, they are more interested in getting it out of you than trying to pursue you. They're more interested than having the challenges of knowing that it can't come easily, than knowing that, hey, when I roll out of the bed, the guy's gonna be smiling in my face and so happy to be with me. And that's just woman nature. They rather have it tougher, and they also rather have the top. And the top takes, and I say top as in high value, as in that guy that's doing the best or doing the most to have that status. It will take that in order for her to want to get that attention from you, but it won't mean that she cares about your feelings, right? So let me just say this, a woman can come back into your life because you're doing better, but she will be quick to hurt your feelings. And that means by entertaining other men, being invested into other men, being there for other men, or another man, which it could be her ex. So ultimately, my fellas, they don't really care. It's like the benefits. They don't care until they have to care. Until you don't care, they will care. And it's just so backwards. It really doesn't make sense. That's my personal opinion, you guys. Being there for yourself. Like, those are the things that women notice from a fella that, okay, well, he's not the one I can play those games with, because he's always going to be picking himself over women. He's always going to be choosing mental health. And so that means, and I say choosing mental health as in, like, you know, if you talk about certain things, it's going to make you more upset. You know, when you get home, it's going to make you depressed because now you have to think about it, or it's coming to your mind how it goes, right? So ultimately, she's going to be knowing these things, and it has to change from you guys. All right, so the last things that I will go ahead and wrap up to say with this video is that, first of all, thank you guys so much for watching to the end. I love you guys so much. I will absolutely keep going. And y'all, let me know exactly what types of videos you guys want to see, and I'll drop those ASAP. And so the last thing is that, hey, dealing with women, your emotions are not anything that matters. And in order for it to matter, make it matter in your own life, and then those things in your own life will show why it shouldn't matter this whole time. Okay, so I thank you guys once again, and you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.